Hello everyone, my name is Sadika Gums and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about kidney functions and conditions associated with chronic kidney disease. There are over 30 million Americans in the United States that are affected by chronic kidney disease, and over the next several years that number is expected to increase. Now, a little bit of a background on kidney disease is the population that's most affected or at higher risk of developing chronic kidney disease are African Americans, Hispanics, Pacific Islanders, and American Indians. And that's due to diets that are high in fat, sodium, and carbohydrates or sugars. The two most common causes of chronic kidney disease are diabetes and uncontrolled hypertension. And diabetes is the number one cause, which is when there are high levels of sugar floating in the blood vessels, which causes the vessels to harden and it destroys the kidneys and other organs. Now, uncontrolled hypertension is when the force within the blood vessels are increased, and that also damages the blood vessels. Okay, so this is a picture of what the kidney looks like. And the primary function of the kidneys is to excrete waste, maintain fluid balance, maintain electrolyte balance, and they also excrete hormones that help regulate blood pressure, produce red blood cells, and to promote strong bones. Now, as you can see here, the location of the kidneys are on either side of the spine below the rib cage, and these little triangular areas in the pink are known as a functioning unit of the kidneys, and within that functioning unit there are millions of nephrons that filter fluid and waste. How that happens is the blood vessels that supply the kidneys, the waste is filtered in the fluid, and everything that we need is recirculated back into the blood, and what we don't need is excreted out into the tubules, down to the bladder, and out through the urine. Now, in a 24-hour period, the body filters about 200 quarts of fluid, and of that 200 quarts, 198 quarts are recirculated back into the blood, and 2 quarts is removed in the urine. Now, for anyone who is not really familiar with quarts, I'm going to show you a little picture of what quarts look like. So these are all quarts, and there are 4 quarts in the gallon. So throughout a 24-hour period, there's approximately 50 gallons of fluid that is filtered by the kidneys on a daily. So this is how the fluid in the body is maintained, and how waste is excreted, and electrolytes such as potassium, sodium, and phosphorus is either kept or excreted depending upon how much we already have in our body. Now, the hormones that are produced by the kidneys, the first one is called renin. And what renin does is it converts another hormone known as angiotensin 1 into angiotensin 2 in the lungs. And that sends a message, angiotensin 2 sends a message to the blood vessels to constrict, and that increases our blood pressure. The other hormone that is produced by the kidneys is known as erythropoietin, and that hormone stimulates the growth of red blood cells in our bone marrow. The last hormone that is produced by the kidneys is called calcitriol. That's an active form of vitamin D that promotes strong bones. We also get that hormone, or calcitriol, we also get that from sunlight. So some of the complications or health conditions that are associated with chronic kidney disease is anemia, which is due to low blood cells, low red blood cells. If we don't have an adequate amount of red blood cells or within a target range, then that causes anemia, a condition called anemia, and that can cause fatigue. You have less oxygenation of some of the organs and things like that. Other conditions, of course, hypertension, due to lack of production of renin, and that can lead to heart conditions such as heart attack or stroke if your blood pressure is not maintained. Then a lot of people suffer from swollen feet and ankles, which is also known as edema, and that's due to your body's inability to get rid of waste. A lot of people suffer from muscle cramps and then dry, itchy skin, and that's due to the imbalance of electrolytes because your body can't naturally get rid of it. And then it also leads to nerve damage when you have too much fluid and not enough blood circulating that can damage the nerves. And last, a lot of people that suffer from chronic kidney disease have poor nutrition status, and that's because their body is so filled with waste that a lot of times they don't feel hungry, so they don't eat. Yeah. All right. So some of the ways that you can prevent developing chronic kidney disease is to maintain any underlying conditions. You want to check your blood sugar if you have diabetes. Check your blood pressure regularly, and if you take any medications for these conditions, take them as prescribed, and report if the medications are not properly working to your physician so that they can be changed. Also, maintain a healthy diet, something that's low in fat, low in sodium, not too much carbohydrates, and exercise. Exercise is probably the best way to prevent even developing any of the conditions that can cause the development of kidney disease from the beginning. So, in closing, I would say if you be good to your body will be good to you. Thanks for watching.